beautiful! If this is your first time here, I'm an intuitive tarot oracle reader. Now, my dear, I hope you're having an amazing day and everything is going fine with you. If today's not the best day, I'm sending you tons and tons and tons of positive energy, and I hope everything will be well soon. Now, guys, today I'm back with another pick a card reading, and today's pick a card reading is all about what is standing in your way of manifesting or attracting love into your life. So I think this is a very exciting reading. So let's look into what may block you or what may hinder you from manifesting this love energy, this relationship, or this person into your life. Now, my dear, as always, I have 3 piles that you can choose from, and you can either choose the card or, of course, the crystal below it. So, this is pile 1 with the Chariot card, this is pile 2 with the 6 of Wands, and this is pile 3 with the Emperor. As always, my dear, please feel free to pause the video, or you can also meditate on the cards if you feel like you need a little bit more time to choose. You will find all the timestamps in the description box, but of course also in the comment section. And as always, my dear, if you're interested or curious in a personal reading with me and you would like to get further information regarding one, as always, you can feel free to email me. Lastly, my dear, please keep in mind that this is a general reading, so not everything may resonate with you. But yeah, having said that, let's begin. Hey, pile 1, welcome to your reading, my dear. Now let's see what is standing in your way of manifesting or attracting love into your life. So let's start straight away, my dear. First of all, I would like to get you a few oracle cards, and then we will dive a little bit deeper into the topic with some more tarot. So let's see, for my dear pile 1, what is standing in your way of manifesting love into your life? For my dear pile 1, for my beautiful pile 1, let's see what is standing in your way of manifesting or attracting love into your life. Oops, the first card we have is the full moon in Capricorn, which says take a reality check. We got leave the past behind. I'm gonna get you 4 cards. For my dear pile 1, be real. And we have another full moon. Wow, we have 3 full moons out of those 4 cards. And it says, cool your emotions. Even at the back of the deck, another full moon. Well, that's very interesting. Now, please give me a moment, my dear. Please give me a moment. Okay, first of all, I would like to say that I really feel like, my dear pal 1, that you're about to manifest something very significant in your love life. Whether it's a specific person or a specific experience, it's definitely gonna have a huge impact on not only your love life, but your life in general. So for example, some of you guys could actually be manifesting your life partner or a specific person, like a long-term relationship person. Or some of you guys may manifest a certain situation in your love life that's going to influence you a lot. So there is like something major. It feels like something major is coming for you when it comes to your love life. Now, having said that, let's look into the energies here regarding the oracle cards. And let's see what is standing in your way of manifesting love into your life. So first of all, I mean, I love these oracle cards. Like, they are one of my favorite oracle cards. And they're pretty straightforward. when it comes to their energy, when it comes to also the illustration and what's written, like the keywords or key sentence. And I would like to start with leave the past behind. So I really feel like one big blockage or one big thing that could have been hindering you in a way when it comes to manifesting or attracting love into your life could be something from the past. Now, I'm getting several things here, and you see for yourself which one resonates with you. First of all, I would like to talk about those of you guys who may have had past relationships. I really feel like certain patterns or negative thought patterns are kind of stuck on you because of negative exes or negative past love experiences that you could have in the past. And those energies are definitely affecting you a lot. So even though, let's say, an ex-partner of yours, it could have been years, still their energy can pretty much influence you even today or even like looking into the future. And I really feel like what's important for you is to release the past and see this past partner as only that, as a past ex, as an experience. And just because this person was a certain way, that doesn't mean that in the future you will bring someone into your life who's the same. I mean, of course, if you focus on this energy, you may very well manifest a very similar energy, but this is all about releasing this energy so you can actually manifest what you want and not manifest what you subconsciously are still stuck on because you are carrying this energy with you. So I definitely feel like some of you guys have something or maybe even multiple things from past relationships that you may have not really overcome, or even if you think you have still, maybe you still have, let's say, those thoughts that when a love interest comes in towards you, that you may think, what if this person is like the previous one, or what if they take advantage again of my trust, or what if they're a cheater, or kind of like comparing a past partner to a potential future partner. And this is definitely something that you don't want to do. This is all about you accepting the past for what it is, but leaving it, not bringing certain energies, certain patterns or comparisons with you into the future or into the next relationship. Which, by the way, this is definitely a very interesting energy because, sometimes people go from one relationship to the other, which of course is their right. Everyone has free will and everyone can do whatever they want to do. There is no doubt about that. But sometimes maybe a person, like they would need some reflection regarding their past or their previous relationship to see whether they may take certain blockages with them to the next relationship, right? And maybe it would be great for them to pause for a second and reflect on themselves and reflect on the situation and see whether the previous relationship has, yeah, brought some negative energy into their life. And, then they may need to release this negative energy first before going into the next relationship. And I really feel like with you guys, that's a very similar situation here. Once again, for those of you guys who have been in a previous relationship, for those of you guys who haven't, I'm gonna talk about you in a minute as well. But just ending this energy, I feel like for those of you who have had negative experiences, this is all about you releasing before the next manifestation in love comes. So once again, those negative energies or blockages, you don't take them to the next one and may sabotage it, or maybe even come back to certain negative patterns that you had in the previous relationship. So this is all about reflection here and about releasing what doesn't serve you in the previous relationship. Now, for those of you guys who have not been in a relationship in the past, yes, this card is saying leave the past behind. But I don't think this is only for like the way the energy is coming through. This is not only romance specific. So some of you guys could have some negative patterns or some blockages when it comes to love, not necessarily romantic love, but let's say love that you have experienced through another dynamic, whether it's through a friendship or whether it's through family members. And for example, maybe someone that you really loved, they have taken advantage of your trust. So now you have those trust issues, right? You may have not had these experiences in a romantic connection, but you had them in a connection. And it's still like influencing your overall emotional well being, right? And I really feel like, my dear Pawan, even if we talk about those of you guys who may have not had a relationship, a romantic one yet, still, I feel like it is very important for you to see whether you still are carrying something from the past behind, which could potentially interfere with a great partner coming towards you. So let's just take the trust example. You want to make sure that, if you manifest a certain person into your life, or if you manifest something into your love life, that when it comes through, of course, you're ready for it, right? And you can also, for example, trust the new person. But if you're energetically stuck in something from the past, a memory, or something that is hindering you from doing that because you have had a negative experience, let's say with a loved one of yours who took advantage of this, it may interfere, right? And it may make it, it could even like destroy it or sabotage it. So this is a very specific message for you, my dear Palwan. No matter which of those two scenarios you resonate with, the past needs to be released, or at least the parts of the past that may block you and your love life. Because that's a huge thing, especially if you're trying to manifest something specific and something positive, which is specific in your love life. That may be much more difficult if you're stuck on something negative from the past, right? So you want to make sure to, clarify this or heal this. And I know, by the way, this is so much easier said like than done, for sure. So much easier said. But the way this energy works, it's about first bringing you to the attention, right? I mean, first we need to understand that there is a wound in order for it to like heal, or for us to do something to heal it, right? We need to get aware that this wound is even there. And I really feel like what you guys need to be aware of is that your past may still influence you much more than you think, especially regarding your love life. Now, I do feel like, once again, this past energy also with cool your emotions, the emotional energy being here, is definitely connected to, well, exactly that, your emotions. So become aware of that. There is something from the past energy blocking you emotionally, because very often we may want something. I mean, of course we want, like, we all want love, right? Who doesn't? We may all want to be in a wonderful love connection. But very often, wanting something is one thing, but being ready for it is another thing. And I really feel like a lot of you guys want this. You want this manifestation. You want to bring this love into your life. But what's making it very difficult is that it almost feels like you're not ready, because, once again, there is this blockage here. So what's important here, what's being shown here energetically to me, is that you need to really see whether, like, you have those emotional blockages, because they are the majority of reason why you may be blocked or hindered when it comes to manifesting love. Let me see. Okay. Another thing I'm seeing here is that this has something to do with expectations. So what I'm seeing here is that because certain, like some of you guys may have certain expectations, you make it more difficult to manifest. Let me see, like, can I get more information regarding it? Like, this was the only thing I received now, but I need more details because I feel like I'm tiptoeing around the energy here, but I'm trying to understand it. So there's something about expectations in here. About expectations hindering you a little bit. Can we please get more information? No, I'm not receiving anything more except that. So maybe some of you guys, you already are getting some hints. Maybe you know it for yourself because, yeah, the energies are not showing anything more than that to me right now. But what I'm seeing here is that some kind of expectations could make it more difficult for you to manifest or attract someone. This is all I'm receiving. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I'm not receiving more than that. So maybe some of you guys understand it. This could also be a very specific message for someone out there, but I'm not getting more than this. So let's get you guys some tarot cards as well. For my dear pile 1, what is standing in your way of manifesting or attracting love into your life? Let's see. The first card we have is the Ace of Cups. We have the Six of Wands, the Knight of Cups. Oh my goodness. And we have the Six of Pentacles. All right. So, yeah. What you need, energetically speaking, okay? Which, of course, tarot is all about that. It's all about energy. What I'm seeing here is that what you need is a new beginning. You need to create for yourself a new beginning. And what does new beginning mean? In order for something to, like something new to begin, the end, like the old one, needs to end. And this is exactly what I'm seeing here. We talked about the release, right? You need to bring an end to the past and the experiences that you had in your past relationships in order for you to manifest a new relationship, a new love and relationship energy. The Ace of Cups, okay, being the first card here. Ace of Cups, like aces in general, are all about new beginnings. And the Ace of Cups is literally this new beginning in love, this new beginning, this new manifestation, this new energy that you're trying to manifest into your life, right? And in order for this to happen, it's very important for you to first end the old for the new to come. So this is definitely confirming once again what we already received when it comes to you looking into the past and especially emotional connections that you still feel like tied to from the negativity of your love life from the past. And I see that once you release it and bring this closure, you open yourself up, especially vibrationally speaking, because I mean, manifestation, like vibration, it's definitely a thing here, and they're so connected. And I really feel like it's almost like when you when you move on from those negative past experiences, your vibration, like, it increases. Like, you vibrate so differently, because you need to understand, it's like, just imagine a room, okay? Imagine a room with a lot of, like clutter. Like, you can't really see through it, because there's so much, like, things around, and you can't really, like, you don't feel like you can breathe in this room, because it's just so suffocating and stuff, right? So what you may need to do is to throw out everything in this room, that you don't need, that you need to, well, throw out, right? And when you have decluttered the room, the energy of the room, it becomes just so much more, like, I literally felt like I need to breathe, because for a moment I was literally in a room full of just trash, really. And yeah, once you just throw the trash out, the room just gets alive, right? You can see everything, you can move around, and it's just a complete different room, like, energetically speaking. And it's the same like when we carry energies that don't serve us at all, but we are carrying them with us. They become burden. They make us so much more, like, tight, or they make us so much more heavier. And I really feel like this is like the vibrational almost like lift that you guys are going to bring into your life once you declutter, once you get rid of all the trash that is literally still maybe influencing you. So that's why releasing is so important. Because, of course, metaphorically speaking, we see the trash when we illustrate, or when we think about this metaphor, like the room thing. But in real life, all those negative energies that we carry from a past relationship, or from any experience, really, we don't see them like that, right? They're invincible, but they are in our mind or in our heart, and that makes it even more difficult, right? But this is just something I'm seeing here. I literally see you, in a way, becoming the Six of Wands, Like, you feel so victorious because you overcome this energy, and you are ready for love in a complete different way. And it's interesting how I actually see you guys, once you do this, already attracting a potential partner into your life. So it's really almost like what is standing in your way of manifesting love. It's literally like this small, no, not small, it's definitely not small, this last step. This last step, which is gonna allow you throw everything out that's not supposed to be in your next relationship. It's kind of like a piece of, like, a sheet of, is it called sheet? No. Like, not a piece of paper. Um, you want a piece of paper that's, like, unwritten. Like, you want to not take the baggage with you, and this is what this reading is all about. I really see, from my dear Pawan, this past energy is standing in your way of manifesting or attracting love into your life. And once again, it doesn't even have to be past negative romantic connections. It can even be any kind of connections which are emotionally blocking, you being open, or ready, better to say. So, my dear Palwan, this is all I have for you for today. As always, my dear, please feel free to let me know how you feel about this reading. As always, my dear, thank you so, so much for allowing me to read for you, and for allowing me to connect with your wonderful energy. As always, if you're interested or curious in a personal reading with me, and you would like to get further information regarding one, of course, you can feel free to email me. Lastly, if you would like to connect with me more on Instagram, of course, I invite you there as well. My dear pal one, take care, my love. Hey, pal two, welcome to your reading, my dear. Oops, let's see. What is standing in your way of manifesting or attracting love into your life? Now, first of all, my dear, I would like to get you some oracle cards, and then we will dive a little bit deeper into the topic with some more tarot. So let's see, for my dear pile 2, what is standing in your way of manifesting or attracting love into your life? So let's see. For my dear pile 2, the first card we have is Trust All Will Be Well. My goodness. I love cards turned over. For my... Ooh, okay, one card fell. We have... Oh, we have Step Into Your Power. Wow. For my dear pile 2, what is standing in your way of manifesting or attracting love? Too many. Let me get the others as well. Oops, one turned over. For my dear pile, okay. We have Focus on the Positive. Let's get you guys one last card. And we got Work Through Your Feelings. All right. So for my dear pile 2, what is standing in your way of manifesting or attracting love into your life? Now, as I said in pile 1 as well, I love these oracle cards because they're pretty straightforward when it comes to their energy. Now, first of all, let me start with this. I really feel like, my dear, when we talk about you manifesting or attracting love into your life, it could be the case that you're not completely believing that you're capable, or let's just say you may listen to certain like tarot cards or oracle card readings, and you're trying to really like stay optimistic, you're trying to bring a lot of positive energy towards you. However, at the same time, it's almost like, and this could even be for a lot of you guys subconsciously, by the way, so maybe you're not even aware of this, but what I'm seeing is that it still feels like you don't really have that much trust or belief that those manifestations can actually come into your life. It's kind of like, sometimes when we see other people making, let's say, their dreams happen, deep down, we may also want to make our dreams happen, right? But we may then have those thoughts which are like, you can't do it, like only other people can make their dreams happen, you're not capable of that, like there are only certain people who can experience those things, but you can't because you haven't yet, or because you haven't had much luck. Like negative, I guess self-limiting beliefs kind of is the right word. I really feel like for you, my dear pal, too, a big blockage, a big reason why, or better to say, what is standing in your way of manifesting or attracting love into your life are limiting self-belief thoughts. And I really feel like, once again, a lot of our belief is in our subconscious mind, which we aren't even aware of. It comes from different patterns and experiences. And unfortunately, very often, it's like the subconscious mind is full of negative energy, which, are subconsciously kind of leading our thoughts and leading our overall life, right? But what's very important here is that you become aware of negative thoughts or limiting beliefs that you may see being expressed, I guess, through your behavior, or through certain things you tell yourself, or through certain thoughts that you have. So for example, let me give examples. I feel like it is better to explain. So let's just say you you hear a tarot reading, okay? And they tell you about, let's say, the next person that you're bringing into your life. And the person who's being described is a great person, but at the same time, you have this doubt because you're just kind of like, I don't believe like I could have such a person in my life. Like, the limiting beliefs. Either, for example, I'm not good enough to have such a person. I'm not like good looking enough. I'm not lucky enough. Like, why would a person like this want to choose me? Like, self-limiting beliefs. I really feel like for you, my dear pal, too, you really need to work on that. And once again, maybe that's not completely conscious. Like, for some of you guys, you may be completely aware of this because this could be something that you consciously do. For others, it could more so be subconscious pattern. But it's very important that you become aware of it, and that you recognize those thoughts for what they are. They're self-limiting, and that those thoughts, they're not reality. They're just thoughts. Thoughts are thoughts, but very often we make them choose, like, we make them create our reality, right? I mean, of course, thoughts create reality, but we should do it in a very conscious way, not just allow negative thoughts to, you know, create negative things for us. We have to be aware of what kind of thoughts we have and work on these. And that's exactly what I feel like it's very important for you to do. Whether it's self-limiting beliefs, whether it's even just not believing in yourself, this can be another thing, another blockage, another thing that's standing in your way of manifesting or attracting love. You may, try to attract love or manifest love, but maybe you don't 100% believe in it. And belief is very important because, you guys, like, as I always like to say, belief is a superpower. Just as much gratitude is a superpower. Like, they really, like, they're so, so powerful. And a person who believes in themselves while manifesting, and a person who doesn't believe in themselves, like, these are complete different energies attracting. And I really feel like for you, it is very important for you to work on, like, your belief system and gaining more, like, belief, believing more, and of course as well trusting more, trusting that you can do it. And I know it sounds very simple, but this is actually such a difficult thing. It can take us very long to actually trust in our abilities, or in trust in ourselves, or believe in ourselves. But it's so important because it's like a complete different way of energetically manifesting. So this is what I'm seeing, very important, believing, trusting. And another thing, with the new moon in Sagittarius being here, it says focus on the positive. So with this card being here, once again, these oracle cards, they are pretty straightforward. You definitely need to maybe be more positive. When we say about the belief systems of yours, which may be like self-limiting, it is important for you to fuel more positivity, because it's important, for us, in order to create something positive, to also embody this energy, right? I mean, we don't attract what we want, we attract what we are. And I really feel like, my dear pal, too, it is important for you to have more of a positive attitude towards this manifestation, and towards the fact that you can do it, you can succeed, you can, like, you guys, you literally have the Six of Wands, okay, as your pile card, and the Six of Wands is the champion archetype. The Six of Wands is literally like someone coming back victorious from a battle. Like when you look at the traditional tarot, it stands for victory, and this is what you can do. And this is something I want to clarify here. My dear pal, too, you can manifest this. You have the abilities, you have the power to manifest what it is that you want in love. But it's important that you believe in yourself, because no matter how often I would repeat this, I mean, of course, it could affect your subconscious mind because of repetition, but still, it doesn't matter how much I say it, it's more important for you to believe it. You know? So that's very important. You need to believe in this energy. Even if the whole world believes that you can do, but you don't believe that you can do, like, it's important that you believe in it as well. And I really feel like this is something that you pal to need to work on, because once again, it's a superpower. Believing and trusting. And you know, that's another thing. Very often when we try to manifest something, we may also like overthink it a lot. Like, what do I mean with that? For example, you may try to manifest a love interest into your life, you know, and you're also very specific, which is also good. But then maybe in your head you think too much about, well, but how could it happen? Like, how you don't worry about the how. You worry about manifesting it, and then once again, have trust. Have trust that, yes, you may not know completely like the whole plan, how the universe is going to bring it to you, like the whole little steps regarding how this person's going to come into your life. But you don't have to. You focus your energy, you believe, you do whatever you have to do to manifest, but then you release. You trust. Very important. You trust and you believe in this manifestation. And you believe and trust that the how is not your worry. The how, the universe will make it happen. And I can't even tell you guys how often I have had those like situations, like manifesting something, and I learned that we don't need to like think about the how, because the universe will find a way, will find a how. What we need to focus on is to manifest, but we don't need the whole plan. We need to make or to do our part, you know, and the rest will follow. But it's important that we have this trust that even though we don't have everything figured out, it is okay. We still believe and trust the journey. So let me get you guys some more tarot cards. For my dear pile 2, what is standing in your way of manifesting or attracting love into your life? For my dear pal 2, for my beautiful pal 2, what is standing in your way of manifesting or attracting love into your life? The first card we have is the Six of Swords. Yeah, look at this. Here we have the sun, this positive energy, this embodiment. Yes. Let me get you some more. Oh my goodness. A few cards fell. Oh my goodness, they're under the table. Give me a moment, you guys. Okay, wow, interesting. Look at this. So 3 cards fell, but only one of them turned over, and look which card it is. It's the Star card. Wow. One last card, please. And we have the Page of Swords. All right, so my dear pile, what else can we get? Now, I would like to continue first with the Sun card, because the Sun card for me is really dominating this energy. And when we think about the Sun card, I mean, we think about this glowing energy, right? And just generally speaking, the Sun is such a high vibrational energy. And I really feel like, my dear pal, too, once again, we talked about like focus on the positive. It's definitely, and not only the Sun card, by the way, there's another card which really is bringing this energy towards us, but I will talk about this in a minute. But focusing first on the Sun, I really feel like it is important for you guys to stay optimistic. And once again, you don't have to have the whole plan figured out. You just have to do your part. You just have to focus on yourself and have trust in the journey. Now, the Star card, you guys, the Star card is literally like one meaning personally for me is the hopeful card. It's give us hope energy. And this is something else. I really feel like you guys have to stay hopeful regarding your love life. So once again, those negative thoughts, those self-limiting thoughts, don't allow them to limit you. Don't allow them to take your hope away. Especially right now, for some reason, being hopeful is very, very important on your journey. And I really have to say, I feel like it has something to do with the manifestation. At this point in time, it's very important for you, my dear pal, to stay optimistic. And of course, do whatever you feel like is the best way to manifest. I mean, there is a lot of different things one can do. I really feel like also with the Page of Swords, and we can see this person is having a book in their hand. This all, like, when I saw this reminded me of journaling. So maybe for some of you guys, a great way to manifest is through journaling, through writing. It's very important. Make sure to write in the present moment. And once again, make sure to also bring gratitude into the energy. So what do I mean with that? You could write something such as, I am so grateful that I manifested this person into my life. And also emotionally, make sure to bring a lot of emotions into it as well. I'm so grateful that I've manifested this person into my life. I am so happy and grateful this person, I'm able to receive love and give love, and I feel so loved with them. Just very important, once again, emotions and gratitude, and write in the present moment as if it has happened. So journaling for sure can be a huge thing for you guys. For some reason, I'm receiving this message. Yeah. The illustration is very like in my mind, like I'm looking at this and I only see this journal right now. And also, go on your own speed. Don't rush into anything or don't stress yourself out. Be understanding of yourself, okay? If you feel like you need extra time, don't compare your journey to other people's journey. Don't compare your love life to other people's love life. Focus on yourself. That's very important. My dear pal 2, this is all I have for you for today. As always, my dear, please feel free to let me know how you feel about this reading. Thank you so, so much for allowing me to read for you and for allowing me to connect with your wonderful energy. As always, if you're interested or curious in a personal reading with me and you would like to get further information regarding one, of course, my dear, you can feel free to email me. Lastly, if you would like to connect with me more on Instagram, of course, I invite you there as well. My dear pal 2, take care, my love. Hey, pal 3, welcome to your reading, my dear. Now let's see what is standing in your way of manifesting or attracting love into your life. First of all, I would like to get you guys some oracle cards. And then we will dive a little bit deeper into the topic with some more tarot. So let's see, for my beautiful pile 3, what is standing in your way of manifesting or attracting love into your life? Let's see, For my dear pile 3, the first card we have is Lighten Up. What is standing in your way of manifesting or attracting? Keep your heart open. Okay, give me a second. A lot of cards fell. What is standing in your way of manifesting or attracting love into your life? For my dear pile 3, okay, let me see. Unleash your kindest self. What is standing in your way of manifesting or attracting love into your life? Oh my goodness. All right. Now, that's very interesting. And we have trust in the universe. And I also would like to show you guys what card came out at the back of the deck, because I really feel like there is a reason for it. And I really felt drawn towards it. And we have Speak Your World into Being. Now, this card definitely has a manifestation kind of energy underlying here. And I really would like to start with this, with Speak Your World into Being, this card at the back of the deck. I really feel like, my dear, by the way, like, just so you guys know, this has nothing to do with like what's standing in your way. We will dive into this in a moment. But one thing that's actually maybe a good way for you to bring this energy into your life, you know, bring love into your life, is definitely you being very careful what you say when it comes to love. When it comes to love towards yourself, when it comes to love regarding relationships, be very careful. So for example, it could be the case that sometimes you even do certain things subconsciously because it's just a pattern, right? Let's just say you're talking to a friend and this friend is saying, well, like, I just got to know this person and I thought that they were great, but they actually ghosted me. So for example, you may answer like very subconsciously in a way even, yes, like that doesn't surprise me because there are no good people out there anymore to have relationships with, right? So be very cautious what you say when it comes to love or what you say when it comes to relationships, because the words we put out, they materialize. And what's very important, like the words you speak, as this card says, they will be the world that you create, right? The world that you speak into being. And I really feel like, my dear pal 3, it is a great way for you to attract this person in if you do the complete opposite and if you put a lot of positive energy and very important intention into the things you say. So for example, even if you hear someone having, let's say, a negative experience, you could say something like, I'm sorry that you had to experience that, but I'm sure that there are so many people out there who you can have a great relationship with, or who are capable of having a good relationship. So, you know, you want to reverse it. You want to make sure that the things you say regarding love are positive and the kind of things that you want to attract. I know this may sound like not important or not a big deal, but it can actually change a lot. And even if it's just one little step, this step is still important because it brings us closer to this manifestation. So just keep that in mind. And another thing, this is not only when it comes to love to others, like when it comes to romantic love. One big thing that I'm receiving for you guys, that's also a big thing when it comes to manifesting love, is self-love. And you are actually the only pal that received this message, by the way, which I just realized as well. Even when we talk about like speak your world into being, also when it comes to the love language that you have towards yourself, what do you say towards yourself? Make sure that you are gentle, that you're kind towards yourself. Tell yourself that you're deserving of love. Tell yourself that you are good enough, that you deserve so much good, that you deserve a partner who treats you the way you deserve to be treated. It is very important that you don't only become more conscious when it comes to the things you say about love, but also the things you say about yourself in connection to self-love, right? Because you need to understand another thing. Like, we have to start giving ourselves the love we want to see, right? The change starts within us. And I really feel like, my dear pal 3, it is important for you to give yourself the love that you would want to see someone else giving you as well. Because you can put the first step, right? Don't wait for you to, like, don't wait for someone else to come and give you the love that you deserve. Start giving it to yourself today. And I really feel like, my dear, like, this self-love aspect is so important. So important. And not only that, we embody, like, we attract not what we want, we attract what we are, right? So in order for you to attract or manifest love, it can be a great push towards the direction if you also start loving yourself, if you embody this love, right? This thing that you try to attract, embody it. Embody this love that you want, embody the love that you deserve. And I know this can be very, very difficult, especially in the kind of world we're living in today, right? In which we're bombarded with so many like distractions and comparisons and stuff. But self-love, my dear, is first love. Self-love is the most important love there is. Because people come and go, right? But we always remain with ourselves. And the kind of relationship that we have towards ourselves, as I always like to say, right? It shapes our reality. Because we manifest from the inside out. And as I always like to say, our inner world is a reflection, right? And it shapes our external world as well. So, and by the way, look at this. It is Gemini energy, right? And we see those two, they look like twins looking at each other. And I almost feel like this is your inner world, this is your external world. They are working with each other, and it's a mirroring energy. So it's very important for you to look within. And I know when we talk about manifestation, very often people also tend to just see what they can do, like action oriented, how they can manifest something or someone, like through certain things or acts that they do. But we also have to look within, because that's really where like everything lays, especially talking about manifestation, because manifestation is all about energy and it always starts within. So I really feel like, my dear pal 3, one thing that is standing in your way of manifesting or attracting love into your life is your self-love journey. It needs more attention. And you deserve the love. Like, this is what I can say. I mean, of course, if you want to work on your self-love journey because you want to attract a partner, this is your free will, right? You can do whatever you want to do. But accept that, like, in addition to that, your self-love journey deserves your attention because you deserve to have a great relationship with yourself, no matter partner or not. So this is very important that you nurture your self-love, that you nurture all the areas that you feel like need extra love and care when it comes to you. And also, this card says keep your heart open, right? And by the way, it really reminds me of the heart chakra. And I literally saw like a heart space, like in a way being open. So it is important, once again, I really feel like that this love, it's not only about external love, it's also about the love towards yourself. And it will not only have a huge impact on your romantic love, but this change will actually have a huge impact on your overall well-being and your overall life quality. Because the better the connection towards ourselves, yeah, the better the life we can create for ourselves. And even this card is saying unleash your kindest self. So I really feel like this is in a way also for you to make sure that you are kind towards yourself, because like very often we may say harsh things towards ourselves that are just normal, you know, because a lot of people do those things. Like we may say, oh, I'm so stupid, or this or that. I mean, could be anything, much more than, like, much worse than just, I'm just stupid, right? We say so many harsh things. And it's very important for you to make sure that you are more kind towards yourself, my dear. And I really feel like through this self-love journey, you just get inspired overall, like much more inspiration, and you get more inspired. Like, you know, in this deck there is literally a card. um I don't want to search it for it now because it could take some time, but there is a card which says like something regarding like take inspired action. And for some reason I'm seeing this energy here, like I'm seeing the card. I really feel like through the self love journey, you get more inspired to act, you get more inspired to love, you get more inspired to create and manifest. And this is gonna, like, when I look at it from a vibrational lens, I literally see you like raising your vibration, raising your frequency from the act of self love. And it's kind of like allowing all the puzzle pieces to come together. So I can't stress enough how important this is. But of course, when it comes to self love, it is something very personal. Maybe something that nurtures me and nurtures my self love journey may not be the best thing for you. We're all different, right? We all have different lives, different stories, different experiences, different like love, like things that we love, right? And it's very important for you to, yeah, give yourself the space to explore. And of course, the way it works out for you, because maybe not everyone has time, like daily to five, like not everyone has time 5 hours a day to explore their self-love journey, right? So we all have different lives and different responsibilities and stuff. So it's all about you finding the right thing for yourself. And even if it's just in the beginning, let's say before you go to sleep, do a 10-minute meditation. If it's just even something like that, still you're putting the effort, you're putting time for yourself, and you're showing for yourself that, you know, you're worth it, you deserve this. It can really be anything, but it's important that you give yourself the love and the time, because you are so deserving, my dear pal 3, of the greatest things, okay? And I really feel like once you take this love, this self-love journey more serious, with the trust the universe being here, you also increase the overall trust that you have towards yourself, but also the love, not love, also the love, right? But the trust that you have towards the universe as well. So yeah, it's just, as I said, it's gonna affect every single area of your life in a very positive way. I would like to get you guys some more tarot cards. So let's see, for my dear pile 3, what is standing in your way of manifesting or attracting love into your life? So definitely your love life journey. What did I say? Love life? Your self-love. Your self-love journey is a huge, huge thing when it comes to you attracting and manifesting love into your life. So let's see, for my dear pile 3, I wasn't ready yet. Let's see, for my dear pile 3, what is standing in your way of manifesting or attracting love into your life? All right, let's start. The first card we have is the Justice card. We got the Four of Pentacles. My goodness. Give me a moment, please. Too many cards. Oh my goodness. I don't know why, like, all the cards fall. 1 second. Okay, one card turned over. We have the Moon card. Let's get you guys one last card. Okay. And we have the Queen of Wands. All right, so let's continue. For my dear pal 3, what else do you need to know? With the Justice card being here, the message was so straightforward. Treat yourself the way you deserve to be treated. Be fair towards yourself. Very often, my dear, we could be the most, like, as the Oracle card said, like, you know, we could be the most, like, the kindest person on earth, but we are then so harsh towards ourselves. No, no, no. Be fair towards yourself, okay? That's very, very important. We have to put an example towards how we want to be treated, and we first need to treat ourselves good. And I really feel like, my dear, you need to be more fair towards yourself. You need to be more considerate with yourself, more I even heard genuine. That's interesting, with yourself. And because you bring the justice that you deserve, okay? You bring the love that you deserve into your life. You manifest it. But first, you also need to give yourself the love, the self-love that you deserve. With the Four of Pentacles being here, this card is just giving me one message, and it's the illustration, nothing else. The illustration is dominating this energy, and you see this woman is like hugging a purse to her chest. I don't know why, when I saw this, I literally saw like almost you hugging, but you hugging yourself. Like, I know it sounds weird, but like you hugging yourself, you being kind towards yourself, you being gentle towards yourself. These cards are really giving me the like confirmation for the messages that I am received before. I really see a heart-to-heart hug here, embracing yourself and being, yeah, just giving yourself the love that you deserve. And also with the Moon card being here, my dear, the Moon card is the card of the subconscious. So I do feel like a lot of these blockages when it comes to your love life, not love life, I say love life all the time, I mean self-love. When it comes to your self-love journey, they could be subconscious, you know. And that of course makes it much more difficult, right? Because it's very difficult to really dive into the subconscious and make the subconscious conscious. What I'm hearing here is that start with the small things. because once again, the small steps can actually at the end make huge results. Affirmations is something I heard. Work on your affirmations because this is something you can do subconsciously. And be very cautious if you get one of those subconscious thoughts coming through. When you, for example, get this thought, I'm not good enough, and you may not even know where it comes from, but it's just this thought that doesn't let you go. Really ask yourself, like, why? Why am I getting this thought? Like, and then really try to make it positive. Like, tell yourself there is so much about you that is more than good enough. I really feel like for you, my dear pal 3, there is so much within you that wants to come through. So much potential, so much beauty, but it's kind of like you're hindering yourself a little bit. But it's interesting how once you allow yourself to express yourself freely, there's so much that you can create for yourself that goes even beyond your love life. Your love life is just one aspect, so much more. And I really feel like this is kind of like a journey that you're on right now. The journey towards co-creating this life for yourself, which is on so many levels inspiring and which makes you feel so much passion towards yourself and towards the different areas of your life. And speaking of passion, we also have the Queen of Wands, right? And the Queen of Wands for me embodies one of the most beautiful energies in the tarot. And I really feel like, my dear pal 3, this is you when you give yourself the love that you deserve. Not only will you see the manifestations coming towards you because you embody this love, but at the same time, you also bring so much growth within yourself. And I really feel like you embody this like independence, you embody this passion towards yourself and this overall inspiration that is glowing. Like you glow. When you love yourself, you glow, that not only you will see but others see as well. And another thing I would like to mention here, this is something I am receiving here from your spirit guides. You have a great team that is supporting you on your journey. And it's literally, oh my goodness, it's literally 11:11 right now. Okay, so as I was saying, you have a great journey. I'm sorry, no, a great team on your side. And they want you to know that you're not alone and that you can always count on them. Energetically, they're supporting you, but it's for you to make those first steps. The universe will support you. All right? So for my dear pal 3, this is all I have for you for today. As always, my dear, please feel free to let me know how you feel about this reading. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you and for allowing me to connect with your wonderful energy. As always, my dear, if you're interested or curious in a personal reading with me and you would like to get further information regarding one, of course, my dear, you can feel free to email me. And lastly, if you would like to connect with me more on Instagram, of course, I invite you there as well. My dear pal 3, take care, my love.